Good morning, golfers. Welcome to the Ladies' Tee, your show for all golf talk. We are broadcasting live from the busy Bethpage Golf Shop today. Lots of golf happening out there, Lorianne.
Yes.
I'm your host, Megan Youngman, LPGA professional and director of instruction at Bethpage Black in Farmingdale, New York. Alongside me is Lorianne Cerullo. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Very well. Lorianne is the president of the Women's Metropolitan Golf Association. She's got a lot of news for us today on some of the things that are happening in her world. We also have a very special guest calling in today. Pat Franco is joining us today. Boy, are we lucky. Let me introduce Patricia to all of you. Pat is the president of the Tee Time Ladies. Her group is located in Tampa Bay, Florida. She asked me to speak to her group. Actually, she asked me to speak to her group on International Women's Golf Day, and I'm here in New York, and we had to figure it out, and so I got to Zoom, and they pulled me up on the screen, and I got to talk to all of her group, and boy, what a great group of ladies. I find this very interesting because this kind of group that she has is a standalone group. Mm-hmm. What did you call it earlier? A public league?
Public league, yeah.
Yeah, and this group is not attached to any country club. Mm-hmm. I guess that's what that means. So they're an independent group of women who get together to play. They play matches and events at different courses in their area. We are going to talk to Pat, and she's vacationing in St. Augustine, so she's going to be joining us today. But Lorianne, you're a part of a group like that.
Yes, I'm part of the Maple Leafs, which is with Westchester County, the Maple Moor Golf Course, which is a county course, and there's 40 women, and we play at that course. But we do some extra activities and outings, but it's 40 women that get together, and we've been doing it, I think, since 1980. They've had it, and it's fun because it's, like you said, a group of women who play together. We have different events, we have different tournaments, we have prizes at the end of the year, and we go from May to October, so basically the entire Northeast season. And it's great to see the women, get together, and we've formed great friendships and camaraderie. And it's competition, but it's camaraderie as well. And so it's a lot of fun. We have an outing. We do a banquet night at the end. So I'm very interested to hear how Pat and her organization is run. But it's any women golfer or any group of people can get together and form these type of teams.
Well, that to take that a little bit further, how when you have that group with your Maple Leaf, is it open to anyone? I mean, are there any kind of qualifications for you?
We do have a GIN requirement, but it's open to anyone in the public.
So GIN meaning a handicap?
Handicap. You have to have your handicap, and we usually do somewhere between 34 and 36, and a lot of them are similar to that. A lot of the county courses I know in Westchester, because that's where I'm from, have these type of courses or these type of leagues within their course. And so a lot of them you would, go in and you would try to become a potential member, and sometimes they have little tryouts and they just want to interview you to make sure that you match the group. And ours is set at 40. Others have different, size requirements from that perspective.
Great. Well, let's bring Pat in. Pat, are you there?
Good morning.
Good morning. We're so excited to have you.
Well, I'm excited to be here. Thank you so much.
I know it's pretty early for a vacation.
That's okay. I had my coffee and I'm ready to go.
Ready to go. Well, Pat, we before we chimed you in, we did a brief introduction of you, and Lorianne Cerullo is here with us today, and she was talking about one of her groups that might be a little bit similar to the Tee Time Ladies, but it's here out of the metropolitan golf area. But Pat, tell us a little bit about who you were before creating, being a part of this organization with the Tee Time Ladies. Were you a golfer?
Well, I kind of told you my story. I worked for Federal Express, and that took up a lot of my time. But when I was also in the Marine Corps Reserves, and my staff decided that I had to know how to play golf. So they took me out to the driving range with a bucket of balls, and they said, here, hit these balls and we'll be back. Well, they took off, and where did they go? They went to the clubhouse for beer. So I was left there to hit some balls by myself. Well, when we got ready to tee off, of course, they came back, picked me up, and I said, what am I doing? He just said, keep swinging and hitting the ball, keep swinging and hitting the ball, and then just get it in the hole. So that was my introduction to golf, and But, we were in Hawaii, so I really didn't care. And I played sporadically after that, and then when I retired from FedEx, then I got into it a little bit more seriously.
So when exactly did the Tea Time Ladies start for you? Did you jump into, when you kind of retired, I would assume, or no?
Yes, I was retired. A group of us had, I wanted to join a ladies group, and, I wanted to meet the other ladies that play golf. So I had a couple of other groups that I had joined before we created Tea Time Ladies, but a group of us had drifted from group to group, and we were tired of drifting. So we said, let's create our own group. So we did, and I just kind of fell into the leadership position because, I like to be organized, and other ladies were busy with things in their life, and since I was retired, this was kind of like my hobby,
Right.
So everything is volunteer that we do. We don't charge a membership. Anything that we do, for example, when we had our Women's Golf Day a couple of weeks ago, everything there was volunteered. Everything provided was donated. And, that doesn't make women feel obligated that they have to do something. We only require that a woman attend an event or an activity twice a year, and you can still be a member, get the emails and the newsletters and things like that. So,
well, that's fantastic. Would you consider, obviously you're not attached to a club. Do you have a club that you primarily play out of, or are affiliated with, or are you completely public?
We're completely public. We have what we call our go-to courses that, we go to maybe once a month or something like that. But we try to play on the east side of town and the west side of town. And because some ladies live all over, they come to Tea Time Ladies from all over the Tampa area. So we, rotate it. And if somebody decides they want to play a specific course, it's like, okay, you set it up and we'll sign up and we'll come and support you.
That's great.
What we kind of do.
So I was fortunate to be called into and to be asked to speak to your group on International Women's Golf Day, which, by the way, was spectacular. Your ladies are enthusiastic. They love golf. They obviously love getting together, and it was just such a great experience to be able to be there with all of you and keep the excitement going on such a wonderful day. But with this group of ladies, what levels of players are part of the Tea Time Ladies? I mean, are there some advanced players, some newer golfers, or are we really kind of all about the same level?
No, we have beginners. I have one woman, bless her heart, she's only been playing for 4 months. And you know what? I have a lot of women who are mentoring her and helping her and trying to get her into the groove and learn more about the game. And then I have a couple of ladies who have gins that are, handicaps that are in the 15s and 10s. So for me, trying to get the group together and put teams together, sometimes it's a struggle, but everybody cooperates. Everybody's very nice. They understand they may not be playing with somebody of their skill level. And as a group, they all work together and have a lot of fun.
Well, I think that there should be a lot more of these groups formed, especially the more that these ladies are playing golf. I mean, I have literally this year over a couple hundred women picking up the club for the first time just between the months of April to the end of October. And after they learn and I take them out on the course and show them the ropes, now they need a place to play. And a lot of them are not members. They're not members at a club.
Right.
And they're looking for a public league. I mean, it shouldn't be too hard to put some of these organizations or find them. I mean, look at what does it take to put something like that together? I mean, if you think about it, the LPGA came about with 13 women who just wanted to play golf, and then they wanted to play competitive golf, so they used their resources back in the 50s, and the LPGA itself didn't come to fruition until 1959, and look at where we are now. So with women's golf booming, Lorianne, you've got your organization.
Right.
and I think anybody can put together something like this.
Absolutely. And in fact, a lot of our members are members of other organizations, whether they're public or whether they're sometimes they're women who are in private clubs, but they join together, like very similar to Pat, where they're all from different clubs, and they go around and say, okay, we'll get a date from your club, and we'll get a date from this club, and they do a lot of the logistics, which, Pat, it sounds like you're doing a lot of that, and I know it could be time-consuming. But it is, getting a bunch of women together from various styles. It doesn't have to be with a club. It doesn't have to be the public. And if you go to the public course and you ask the guys in the pro shop, they usually know who the contact is in that league, so you can get information. And what's nice about it, like Pat says, is that you have a steady state of women that you go at certain days, and so it works for you to be able to see all those type of different we meet the women, play different tournaments, and have that organizational aspect of it so that you're part of that team. And you make friends, and it is a lot of fun.
That sounds awesome. We're going to take a commercial break right now, hear from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Spine Care Technologies is an amazingly innovative medical device company. Their flagship product, the XtendTrack Elite, is world-renowned among pain management centers, sports medicine experts, physical therapists, and chiropractors. Spine Care Technologies is dedicated to improving sports performance by relieving acute, chronic back pain and its disabling effects. The XtendTrack Elite is FDA cleared, non-surgical, drug-free, and has been praised by health professionals around the world for its excellent clinical results in treating low back pain. Learn more at spinecaretechnologies.com.
The all-new Hyperflex from FootJoy is tuned for golf, with every detail designed and developed with the golfer in mind. Starting at the top, it looks awesome. The fresh material on the upper provides a great fit that forms to your foot and is fully waterproof. Next, the all-new Rapid Fit system ensures a dialed-in, precision fit, wrapping your foot in complete security. It offers incredible comfort with the new Stratofoam midsole, coupled with the OptiFlex outsole so that the shoe and the foot move in unison, whether walking or swinging. Available now in laced and the new Rapid Fit system. Shop now at footjoy.com.
Hey, have you guys seen the new TaylorMade driver? Introducing the TaylorMade Sim 2. Built differently around a forged aluminum ring that shifts weight in new ways. They made it so long and forgiving, golfers can't wait for their next chance to tee off. Sim 2 gives every golfer the confidence to swing away every time they step up to the tee. Only from TaylorMade.
Welcome back, everybody. We are here today with our special guest, Pat Franco, who is coming in she had phoned in from St. Augustine. She's on vacation. We thank her very much for doing that. She is the president of the Tea Time Ladies in the Tampa Bay area. And Lorianne Trullo, who is president of the WMGA, which is our Women's Metropolitan Golf Association here in New York. Pat, we wanted to kind of keep on the same topic about, do you have any prerequisites to joining the Tea Time Ladies?
For our group, basically, what we require is that you live basically in the area. We serve most of North Tampa, so we don't want somebody traveling a great distance to try and get to us. So that's one of the requirements, just to be able to get to the Tampa area. We do not require a handicap. And this kind of was because when the group was originally founded, everybody wanted to go out there and have fun. And we had so many different skill levels that people just said, no, handicap scares me. I don't want to have a handicap. I don't want to be competitive. I just want to go out, play golf, learn how to get better. And so we don't require a handicap. But other than that, that's about the only thing. If you're a newbie, we welcome you. If you've been playing for years since you were young or whatever, we welcome you. We love to have fun. That's the basics of the whole group.
I really love it when you had said that you have, someone is mentoring another player. I think that we need to have a lot more of that within our ladies golf associations. I think that that's going to keep players in your organization, keep players playing the game. I mean, it's a little intimidating when a newer player, even someone new to the group, much less, but when new players come into these groups, they need to have nice mentors, right. Not those that are gonna snap at them if they make a mistake on the golf course and don't follow a rule. Chances are they're trying, they're just learning the rules, because there's two facets of that. There's learning the rules, and then there's applying the rules. When you're in that situation, and until you get in situations, you don't remember the rules. So, and this is taking me into my favorite segment is our third segment usually. Called Let's Hit It, and it's where I hit issues that affect all golfers. And Pat, I think you have a few questions that I'd love to answer for your ladies.
Yeah, absolutely. I had some. I sent them out, and they sent in some questions. I had Sam Bush, is one of our longtime members, and she asked the question. I learned to play golf with men's steel club shaft 30 years ago, and always replaced my clubs with the same type of club cut down for her. And now that she's 60s, she wants to know, would the new technology in women's clubs improve her score?
Oh, absolutely. Pam, get fitted.
Yes.
This is your game. This is your sport. This is great recreation for you, but you're spending a lot of time on the golf course. So obviously your performance means a lot to you. I would really suggest that you get fitted. There's a lot of ways to get you into the right clubs. When we cut down any shaft, okay, when we cut that down, it gets stiffer. Stiffer just means harder to hit. And your swing speed, frankly, isn't getting any faster unless you're really heavily training in a physical program, fitness program. But with our swing speed, the shaft's got to be relevant to our swing speed. So a men's cut down shaft. The other thing I think that you mentioned was that they're steel shafted clubs. I know that there's a lot of lighter steel shafted clubs out there, and you may prefer a heavier shaft, but a lighter shaft like a graphite shaft is going to give you a little bit more club head speed as well. The thing that we want to do is avoid you losing distance.
Okay. All right. I'm sure Pam will appreciate that information. Okay. Jeannie Smith asks, what is your routine for warm-up before a round, starting before your arrival at the course, and then your routine for preparing your shots at a tournament?
That's a great question, and I kind of want to talk about, I know that you're asking me about a tournament, but I think a round of golf that you want to perform and have the best success, you have to follow these measures. First of all, you got to get up an hour earlier than you normally would. You're going to set a kind of a mock tee time to be an hour before your regular tee time so that you can get to the course. We don't want any rushing, so getting up that extra hour early might sound a little bit crazy, but if you get yourself up and get yourself stretched and have your coffee, have your nutrition routine, and then you can take your time getting to the course. I know players that are going to the golf course and they're driving at half the speed limit, just to keep themselves calm. Everything has to be calm. When you get to the golf course, you want to go probably right to the driving range. I like to finish putting before I go to the first tee box. But I like to always warm up with half swings with a pitching wedge or one of your favorite wedges. Even on the range, maybe 5 or 6 shots, and then jump into a 9-iron. You want a short iron, you want to hit a mid-iron, and then you want to hit maybe a hybrid. So you want to find the bottom of your arc. You want to find the ground with all of your clubs. Also, then you want to finish with your driver and maybe play the first hole tee box in your head when you're on the range initiating your pre-shot routine before you go to the first tee. So it's almost like you've already played it. We're all nervous on the first tee. We're either distracted, we're anxious, or we're nervous. There's some kind of emotion there. And the distraction of feeling that way can really, impede our performance of hitting that great drive. So play that first hole on the range, head to the putting green, hit some putts. You want to hit some long putts. I would actually keep you away from the hole. Just stick a tee in the ground. You see a lot. If you ever watched a professional tournament, you're go to the practice area and go to the putting green. A lot of players put a tee in the ground. They're not putting to a hole. We don't want to miss any putts before we go on the golf course. So putting to a tee or to an area will help you get used to the feel and the speed of the greens for the day. Hey, Pat and Lorianne, we're going to head to commercial real quick. We'll be right back and have some more questions in the segment Let's Hit It.
Great.
Okay.
If you suffer from low back pain, joint stiffness, or sciatica due to herniated disc or acute facet joint problems, you need to know about a spine therapy device called ExtendTrack Elite. ExtendTrack Elite incorporates multi-axis spinal positioning, traction, and joint and soft tissue mobilization. Your doctor or therapist can use ExtendTrack Elite to move your body into pain-relieving therapeutic positions that keep your body relaxed as your spine is mobilized. Learn more about ExtendTrack Elite at SpineCareTechnologies.com.
Ever hit that one perfect iron shot and think, well, that's the one shot that will keep me coming back? Well, why does it have to be one shot? Why can't it be 5, 10, or even 50 shots that keep you coming back? That was TaylorMade's inspiration when they designed the all-new TaylorMade Sim 2 irons. Their unique catback design is engineered for more forgiveness, more distance, more often. Feel what it's like to play with better irons with the all-new Sim 2s from TaylorMade.
FootJoy sets the standard for golf shoe performance and style in 2021 with the all-new Premier Series, inspired by golf shoes of the past, but supercharged for today's game. Designed in collaboration with the world's best players like Justin Thomas, Adam Scott, and Max Homa, the Premier Series features classic styling with premium waterproof leathers and great details that exude craftsmanship. That is complemented by state-of-the-art comfort and performance features like the VersaTrax Plus outsole. Learn more about the Premier Series at FootJoy.com. Hey golfers! Most of you have heard about the Championship Golf Course at Bethpage Black, but it surprises me how many people don't know that there are 4 other courses. Not everyone needs to be a scratch golfer to play at Bethpage. The other 4 courses are set up for beginners, women, juniors, and high handicappers alike. After golf, visit our 4,000 square foot pro shop where every item down to golf balls are logoed with the Bethpage Black logo. Visit BethpageGolfCourse.com for more info or to shop online.
Welcome back. Lorianne, I want to quick get to what you are doing and what's happening with the WMGA right now. I know you've got a little bit of news for us before we get back to the Let's Hit It segment.
Well, actually, it kind of goes, with Pat things is that we have a program called Girls to the Tee, which is done by the WMGA Foundation, and it has a free clinic that is held on August 2nd in Baltusrol in New Jersey and August 30th at Westchester Country Club. You can sign up on WMGA.com. There's a button. So any girl, doesn't matter whether you are, belong to a club or not, have never held a club or nothing, and it's ages 6 to 18, and we have PGA professionals that donate their time, and we do putting and iron work and some drive work, so the girls have a great time. And so for anyone in the listening community, go up and sign in. We're going to try to have one in Long Island, but that still has to be finalized. But again, getting those people to start playing golf. We love to do this. There's clubs there, so if you don't even have clubs and you just want to learn the game or see what the game is about, they do it very fun, lots of games and lots of prizes and stuff like that. So definitely something if you are in the area in August for your grandchild or your daughter who's 6 through 18.
That's great. We're going to help you get that promoted too.
Great.
I love that. Absolutely. That's our future right there.
Absolutely, yes.
So, Pat, let's get back to Let's Hit It. Do you have another question for me?
Absolutely. You were talking about putting, and Holly Lee sent in a question and said, what are some tips for reading the greens or the best way to putt uphill or downhill?
Oh, that's a great question.
Good question.
Uphill and downhill. First of all, if you're putting uphill, we've got to get a little bit firmer. We have to when you think of when you see that hill and that you're coming up into it, you want to think about the ball hitting the back of the cup and then dropping in. And you'll see where I'm going with this, because if I've got a downhill putt, which is going to travel a little faster, I want to think about the ball just tipping over the front edge of the cup, kind of like a waterfall. So it's really imagery there that you can do. And to control your speed, I would suggest holding the putter a little bit firmer with your dominant hand, maybe even taking, if you're a right-handed player, maybe even taking your left hand off of the putter and stroking a couple back and forth in a kind of a rehearsal before you putt it, and almost like you're going to toss the ball to the target, giving your conditions. As for reading the greens, this is one of my favorite things in the world. I've always thought that putting was a game within a game, so I never saw, believe it or not, I always thought I was playing golf and then I was putting.
Yeah.
So learning how to read greens was always super important. Reading the green starts before you even walk on the green. So you've got your ball up on the green, you've grabbed your putter, you're at the golf cart, now you're walking up with your playing partners. That is probably the most important time for you to survey your conditions. So I really would encourage you to start looking at the green as a whole before you even get up there. And so when you're looking at the green, I want you to imagine a plate. And you've got this big dinner plate in front of you. And what you're about to do is you're about to imagine gravy on that plate. And now think about, if the plate was the green, which way would the gravy move on the plate? And that's really going to give you an idea of how the flow of the green is, and where the top of the green is, the most uphill portion of the green, and where the lowest portion of the green is. And from there, you survey where your ball is, and then you initiate your plan of break point and so forth. So that really starts right there, and I hope that helps you out a little bit.
Oh, that was awesome. I'm going to use that.
Good. Yeah, it's super important to make sure that you're back there.
Yeah.
The last thing, we're going to close the show very soon, but Pat, I think that I want to just thank Sharon. I think she asked me, what's your favorite birdie juice? And I'm going to end on this. Well, I'm gonna shock her a little bit. Now, I would love to think that birdie juice had a little bit of spice in it, but true birdie juice, quarter orange juice, 3/4 water. You really want to have a bottle of water to drink and hydrate yourself through your round, but the quarter orange juice with 3/4 water in it is going to keep your sugar levels the same through your whole round, because we never want to dip down with our energy levels. So you sip that birdie juice all the way around your round, but your water is for hydration and to keep you hydrated. But ladies, I know it's fun, and sometimes you can have a couple drinks when you're out there, but listen, I never drink when I play golf. I just get dehydrated. I probably get moody. I don't know, ask my playing partners. And I don't care as much about my shots, which I guess that's probably why we take a drink to begin with, to calm those nerves. But it doesn't serve me well, so I keep that alcohol for the 19th hole for sure. Hey, Pat, thank you so much for being here today. We really appreciate Lori-Ann. Thank you for being here. I want to thank our sponsors, thegolfinstitute.com. We've got Titleist. Thank you to FootJoy. Thank you to Fairway and Green. Fairway and Green is one of our newest sponsors.
Oh, I love them.
Our prime sponsor, Spine Care Technologies. Thank you for putting us on the air, and also thank you for keeping us on the air. Jay Lindenberg. If you happen to miss this show today, you can find it at thegolfinstituteradio.com. We've got all our episodes. We are looking, coming up next is Little Sticks with Justin Koff and Dan Frankel. I'll be back with Kelly at 8:30 a.m. with Faults and Fixes. Make it a great day out on the links, and happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. We ordered a U.S. Open final round just for you.